Canada's the greatest country in the world. Prove me wrong.
I mean, already done.
Damn.
Your last two prime ministers sold you downriver, bro.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's fair.
welcome, guys, gals, non-binary pals. It's me, your host with the most, Dr.JWolfenstein. And today, we're back with more Seas of Vodari. Legendary, epic, high seas adventures. It's all gonna be good times. We're all gonna have fun here. Because, I mean, you know, a lot of fun being on the high seas and having adventures. We may or may not be getting a new sailor in the future. We'll see. I'm working. I'm in talks. You know, doing the covert operations. You never know what I'm doing around here. But in other news, for those of you keeping track of my Twitch channel, I am revamping my schedule. So my schedule will start going into place next week. So I will start to really be trying to pump out stuff. For those of you not following my channel, by all means, please head on over there and you can see my schedule of when I plan to stream, when I plan to, you know, do more stuff. I've also started back up with my Warcraft gameplay, so the full playthrough of the RTS Warcraft will be going up episode by episode. Again, something I like to do, and I hope you guys like it and see the fun with it. But in the meantime, let us go ahead and dive right back into the Seas of Vodari.
Remember, turn on your shared chat.
Oh, did I not turn it on? Multi-stream. Did I not turn it on? Uh-oh.
It shows you do not
Last
have
week
it on.
on Seas of Vodari.
Oh, join share chat. There we go. Haha.
There we go.
That's my bad. I forgot to click a button.
Last
There we go.
time on Seas of Vodari.
Indeed. You guys...
We got $4,000.
Yeah, you guys got a big chunk of money for re-delivering some crates of goods to House Tea Leaf.
Real talk though, out of character, what was in those crates that was worth $3,000 fucking dollars?
Don't fucking worry about it.
Linen.
No, I gotta know, because out of character, I'm worried that it's drugs. It's probably drugs. It's drugs, isn't it?
I didn't say it was drugs. You just over here assuming. Why you asking all these questions?
Well, I'm saying out of character. I am saying out of character. I want to know out of character what was in those crates.
I'm not telling
aside
you
from
shit.
the tea and the linnets. Why not?
It might come up because it might be a plot point for later.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sticking with plausible deniability. Thank you, Skull.
Yep. Stick with the plausible deniability. Also, there was a brief meeting with Miss Lang Tea Leaf, who is the current head of House Tea Leaf and is the youngest head of that particular trading family in a while.
I forgot to ask while I was outside watching Skull's back. Was there any thieves camped around the area?
Probably not.
Yeah, you saw a few. Basically, it said tea leaf territory and, you know, don't fuck around here. So, things of that nature.
Don't play stupid games so you don't win stupid prizes. Gotcha.
Yep.
FAAFO.
But Miss Lang Tea Leaf, of course, and she was, of course, interested in meeting with Captain Nyafta and discussing possible future relationships. And with that, there's all kinds of fun things. Skull also met a mysterious assassin.
Yep, and I now have some coordinates to go to, or address to go to get a meeting with a house that will put me back in contact with said assassin.
Indeed. Also, if you need other assassins.
Probably has a new kink unlocked too, because I don't think anybody's ever snuck up on him and put a crossbow on the back of his head.
Not the back of his head, but definitely pointed one at his back. Because again, it only happens in movies where people are so fucking stupid they walk up behind you with a gun and place it on your skin. Because it's not like you can try to juke out of it. And actual professionals probably can. It's all the lame-o nerds who try it and get fucked up.
The Valor isn't wrong. Skull's type is very much, can they scare me or kick my ass? Yes? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, so new kink unlocked.
No. Also, remind me of that particular house, Mr. Crowlot.
You never actually told me exactly what house that she was from, just that she was working with House Tea Leaf.
Ah, that's correct.
She did give you a card.
It did. And it just had coordinates. It just had a location. That's right. Okay, so that's something you can find out later. Cool. I love it. And here we are. Cool.
Why is it always the moment I go to be happy that I got a new follower that happens to be one like that?
It's a great question.
And delete. There we go.
I wish I got a new follower. No, just kidding. I mean, yeah, their account will be deleted anyway.
Right.
But, and then the deal was negotiated, money was exchanged, and of course you guys came back, learned a bit more about Mr. Tobias Finwhistle and She of Cups. You also learned about the mysterious Madame Red, a tiefling woman who can apparently give you a gift.
Oh no, she's hot.
Pretty much. How else are you going to make a deal with the devil if you don't like the way the devil looks, man?
Yeah, and now we know that she has something that she wants to give Skull.
Well, it's a good thing that she didn't come out to Valor, because Valor's a paladin.
Madame Red has gifts for everybody. Oh, hey, look,
Sure,
I got a new follower. Welcome. Hey, he got banned out of your chat, out of you, so he came to me.
Oof.
There's a fancy little button there.
Yep. I do appreciate the follow, though. I do appreciate the follow, even if it is a bot.
I feel like some days I've just gotten a little bit too efficient at the modding side of everything.
That's not a bad thing. At any rate, you all rested in a location called the Gilded Galleon. Or, was it the Gilded or was it the Golden?
No, it was the Gilded.
Okay.
You said there was a very distinct
difference between the Gilded Galleon and the Golden Galleon, which is the bar across the street.
Yes.
Not necessarily across the street, but definitely a very big difference. Though again, it's kind of like, back in the days where you could have two things that were almost the same name, and you kind of put them next to each other. So it was like a psyop.
They've literally done that here in town. You have the Golden Nugget, which took place of Hard Rock, and then down by Sushi Pier, you have the Nugget. Or not even the Nugget, it's Gold Nugget. Not the gold nugget, just gold nugget.
Yep. So,
Man, sushi sounds good.
I already had some today.
Yeah, sushi sounds good.
You can't come down here. I'd have had it with you.
I mean, like, if you guys want me to have sushi, I'll go over there and I'll start chopping up skull. Everyone loves a piece of calamari.
Oh, trust me, you don't need to chop me up to get a taste of me, big boy.
Ha ha
ha.
Listen, I've got 2 arms and 8 legs. You want to see where this can go?
Jesus
okay,
Christ.
First of all, in order to get to that point where Skull is even remotely interested, Valor has to chop him up a little bit.
Not wrong.
I mean, anyway, moving right the fuck on before I get any more demonetized. Again, not like I'm making money, but still, shut up.
You're not monetizing. You never will be.
Wow, you're so mean.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
I mean, so if I were to, if he were to want me to share the profits, then yes, he would be monetized.
Yeah, but you need that money with me at the moment.
With us, because here's the interesting thing I've got to figure out with the shared chat. Every single viewer that ends up on his side and on my side, I get paid for both sides for any ad breaks that my channel sends. So I get, it's like 12 cents a minute, which it's not great, but I still end up getting like $1 a stream just from ad revenue alone. So if I stream 50 times in a month, I can get $1. I can get a $50 payout.
Oh, there you go. I mean, I'm not doing anything tomorrow night. We can do more Baldur's Gate.
We could. I actually have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and then I'm supposed to be continuing Split Fiction with Rain.
Well, fine. You go continue Split Fiction. I'm not going to stop
you. Do you have anything going on Friday or Sunday?
I work.
Damn.
Right, because you work in a fucking casino.
And I also do other things. I have
like
2
the
games
capitalist
going.
heathen you are.
I may be going back to work for one of the casinos here soon enough once I hear back from them.
Nice.
So fucking Nugget actually told me I'm overqualified for the position.
That's stupid.
Because the only way they're hiring dealers right now is dealers that come out of their dealer school. So I applied for the dealer school and said, okay, I took this one with Hard Rock, I'll take a refresher.
Right. But anyway, so, you guys all rested for an evening, and now, I believe, after you've been paid the fees for helping discover or helping return lost property.
I believe, if I remember the ending of last session, we were on our way to meet with the client.
So we still... The meeting with the client was supposed to be later in the evening, so we still had the day.
No, that was the meeting with House Tea Leaf. We're doing the meeting with the client first.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then we have more of the day, and then we're doing the House Tea Leaf manager.
That's right. And I was going to take the money to the bank for us, just so we didn't have to worry about going all the way back to the ship to lock it back up. Because I was going to be on my way to the Thieves Guild anyway.
Yes, that was the consensus of events, because we'd already had breakfast at this point and almost got fucking murked by the otter. Because Skull decided to let it slip that he met with the fucking tiefling.
Well,
if anything, we ended up becoming closer to the otter and She of Cups because of it.
He did almost kill you first off, though. He was about to. So pretty angry.
All he did was ask a question of how did I know that name?
Yeah, he sounded pretty angry about it and was starting to turn into fucking water, which is his whole bread and butter.
Indeed.
In a very unfortunate manner, yes.
Yep. It's not quite as nifty as a devil fruit. Comes with the same drawback, though. Though,
hey,
in his case, it's a little worse, because it's like, oh, I stay in water too much, I become water.
I think it's because he stays in water too much, he becomes part of the ocean.
Yeah, it becomes water.
But the wording on that was any water, so that means technically if he stayed in the bath too long, he'll turn into the bath.
Hence why he does
at least
take long baths. And hence why prestidigitation is a valuable spell.
At the same time, it's like, if he takes a bath, he can probably reconstitute himself in the bath a lot easier than he could in the ocean.
Making assumptions. I like it.
I know how fucking water physics works.
There's a difference between physics and magic.
But anyway. Also,
Magic is just
JD
physics with
00 for the
fucking
follow-on kick.
extra effort.
But
Magic
anyway.
is physics. You can't do a lot of fucking magic without physics.
But anyway.
Listen, I will show you a werewolf that goes that in their human form they're 120 pounds, and in their werewolf form they're like 220. Which anyone that's listening should totally go and check out any of the Mercy Thompson series. Fucking Mercyverse is amazing.
Or the Alpha and Omega verse, both written by Patricia Briggs. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Anyway,
If you really want to do the smart thing, you should look up the order in which they are in order and listen to them that way, or read them that way, whichever floats your goat.
Yep. I think Emil has a picture of that goat floating, or a sticker. But anyway, so
Yeah, whatever boat
He does.
float.
Never float your goat.
Oh no,
Laura, you're muted again.
Okay. Okay, I'm here, guys. Listen.
So Niefta, you have a couple of crates that need to be delivered to a place called Tabulous Trinkets.
Yeah.
Are you headed? You have a little cart that you can put them on, so you guys can take them on down, move them on down the line. And
Unfortunately, I am not pulling this one because I do not need to put my tail underneath the fucking cart.
I mean, no need to pull it yourself. There's people who literally get paid to do that.
Who have legs.
That too.
I really experience it like in it. I'm sorry, I know I said I wouldn't make puns. It's a fuck.
Fuck your instinct and everything it stands for.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, be better. Don't be sorry, be better.
That's not gonna happen.
I was gonna say, don't
I
be sorry
know.
or better. Be worse.
I don't want to fucking die tonight.
And you'll survive. I believe in you.
Yeah, but it's gonna hurt.
But you'll survive.
That's just living.
Did you survive?
I won't want to, though.
Well,
But you
listen,
will.
if it hurts, it'll leave you pert.
That's the entire concept of enduring.
Moving on.
I mean, we can, certainly. At any rate. So, you head to Tabula's Trinkets. And let me see. I think I have a picture of Tabula. No, not any of these. Ooh. Ooh, maybe? Maybe, baby? Maybe, baby.
Maybe.
I do. Aha.
And thus, after scrolling through his files for 30 minutes, he found the picture he was looking for.
It's not taking 30
Listen.
minutes. Shut up.
Sometimes it takes a while to get through all the porn to the things you actually need.
Put it in a different file, goddammit.
Oh no, I've seen his system. It is actually very well organized.
I was gonna say, fuck off. And I just spent like 5 hours. I just spent most of yesterday doing data management. So bite me.
Yeah, no, his organizing system is actually really good.
Yep. Problem is that I don't have the ability to just instant recall shit. Like
Do
if
you
my
not name your files?
no, I name my files, but the problem is that I have to then find the file that has the file that has the file I need. I can't just like
Just
insert
do a
my
broad
brain
search.
into my computer and go, oh, I want this image.
Open up your documents folder, open up the my computer section, search my computer with the specific wording, you find the file. Instant.
You do realize that the more storage you have, the longer that actually takes because it will search through every bit of your storage. If I remember correctly, he has like 3 or 4 terabytes.
I have over 12. I'm currently I'm currently sitting at 21 terabytes of
Okay,
storage.
so what I'm hearing is if we wanted to like get you to completely freeze your computer for 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes,
Just have him search A in the the document search.
that would do it.
Just the letter A. It'll take that long.
Yep, that'll probably do it.
Anyway.
See, this is the problem when you get people that know tech together.
I'm worried. But anyway.
You should be.
Neither of you are scary.
You've never met us in person. Well, you've met him in person. You've never met me in person.
I was about to say, like, if anything, the first thing he's gonna do if he doesn't want to pick a fight is he's gonna look at me and go, "Hey, Crow, stick him."
I mean,
That's all you, Crow?
I am 6'2" and I weigh 335 pounds. I can also bench myself.
Right, so baseball caps and knees. Got it.
but
I had someone try that when I was working security, though it wasn't a baseball cap. It was it wasn't a baseball bat. It was a bottle. But you know, it's kind of funny when you hit someone in the thigh and their thigh weighs about as much as you. It doesn't work too well.
I said I was aiming for your thigh. I'd go straight for the kneecap itself.
Yeah, I know. I'm very mobile and I do a lot of kicking.
anyway, moving along.
Yay, ADHD.
Yeah, both of you should up your doses.
I don't have a dose.
You should
I
up
actually
it.
probably should when we talk. I'll be talking to my psychiatrist tomorrow. I should probably ask him that.
Anyway, Miss Niafta, you lead this band of crack babies to tabulous trinkets with the assistance of Tobias and She of Cups. And as you enter,
Who are more well-rounded than anybody else on the crew.
I mean, given the person that's controlling them, I wouldn't believe that.
I was gonna say. But anyway, as you enter,
Most well-rounded person's probably fucking James.
I mean, you're not wrong. What's a specific sound I was looking for? Ugh. See, my problem is that Roll20 is not as good as I want it to be.
I've noticed it's been lagging a lot lately.
Oh, it's not lagging. It's the lack of true like sorting I can do. But as you enter, you see this fine gentleman.
Oh no, he's hot.
Please tell me he doesn't have a thing for snakes.
He's currently, you can see him like twisting or he's like tightening some bolts, and you realize he's working on a automaton, much like a Doc. But this one does not appear to be sentient. It appears to be like a just regular construct that he's got turned off right now, as he's kind of adjusting some of the bolts and other such things. And you can see various clockwork devices all over his shop. You can see various potions and bottles and formulas. You can see a couple like jack-in-the-boxes, or you're assuming they're jack-in-the-boxes, considering it's a box with a crank on it. There's all kinds of, like, again, he's clearly a tinkerer, and this shop clearly screams tinkerer.
Love me a good artificer.
And so as you are, as you're looking everything over, he smiles and glances over. I'll be with you in just a moment, if you please. I am currently in the middle of finishing this godforsaken...
Do you
Struggling.
need some help?
No.
Struggling, sweetie.
I got it. I have it now. And he pats the side of it, and you hear a from somewhere inside of it, and he just, I'm good. It's good. We're fine here.
I'm sure.
Anyway, sorry for that. How can I help?
We have a delivery.
Oh,
Yeah.
We come from Zeleny.
Pip sent us.
must be the new prototype she wants me to test and get some work done on. Yes. I remember now. Sure, very well. That's no problem. And he looks around his shop for a minute.
You need a place to put it, don't you?
Yes, but I do have one. He says as he walks over to a section of wall. As he does, he cracks his knuckles, and he begins to pull on something. And as he does,
Gold piece says it's a sliding door.
God damn it.
Oh,
as he pulls on it, you watch as a section of wall begins to slide outwards and create more floor space. And then you watch as a desk, a very long, sturdy-looking desk, springs out of the floor and just kind of pops up.
I swear this soundtrack is about to start haunting my dreams now. I can't think of a single campaign I've played in the last 3 years that hasn't used it now.
Yeah, it's a great soundtrack, especially for a Curiosity shop.
I mean, it does vibe, so.
Yep.
Especially since the shop's name is Tabula's Curiosities.
Fabulous trinkets.
Yeah, close enough.
He's just a curious being.
Yep. But you watch as he basically just created more space and a pop-up desk. And he gestures, you can set the crates here.
So how heavy are these crates I'm going to start lifting?
Doctor Who bullshit right here.
Not insanely so. Each one probably weighs 200 pounds.
Yeah, that's enough for Valor to just haul.
And in D&D, you can the lift, drag, carry, pull capacity is your strength score times, I think it's 15. And score, not bonus or multiplier.
Oh god, yeah.
D&D.
By 15, I'm well over 300 right now.
30 times your strength score.
I stand wildly corrected.
So.
Oh yeah, then I'm definitely basically moving this stuff like it's.
I can move and pull up to 450 pounds.
Yep.
Something around that. Let's see, 30. Yeah. Yep, 480 as well. Brother,
See, I'm just picturing the two people that have the most awkward bottom paths, just muscled all over, just corded and just. It's all the ladies outside. Oh, we got the willis.
Yep. We got the vapors. Oh my.
Well, to be fair, Valor is literally slithering around and his entire body is covered in metal plates at this point.
Yep. Okay, here it is.
so you're screeching on the floor every time you move around. It's like.
No.
Just his upper torso.
Well, my
Okay.
tail also has a armor plating, kind of I don't know, like a wyvern's tail would have armor plating.
Yeah, but all of the natural
They're
oil
loud.
that snakes produce would actually keep them from making a whole lot of noise.
Nope.
Uh,
Okay, yeah, your carry capacity is determined by your strength score multiplied by 15. You can push, drag, or lift twice that. So yeah.
you
So
can
it is
touch, you can play.
So yeah, I could probably lift Thok, who could probably easily bench me.
You're cute thinking he weighs less than 500 pounds.
Yeah, what the
It'd
hell?
probably take the both of us to actually bench him.
Probably, yeah. To be fair, but we also don't know how much he weighs. He's a fucking massive, like half orc, half giant at this point.
You're
His
not
Muscle
wrong.
weighs a lot, and he is muscly.
I will also inform you. Technically, he counts as a large-sized creature.
Oh yeah, he big.
That's what I was thinking. Like, oh, he doesn't fit in the, let's say, in the lower decks of the ship, does he?
So
I mean,
he can
I'm sure he's getting into
squeeze-
someone's lower decks.
Wow. He can squeeze through the passageways, but no one is
Uh-huh.
passing him. Like, if he's in the
Right.
stairway, you have to back the fuck up.
I see.
I just imagine Skull's gotten used to just like climbing
Oh,
out
really?
windows, like little port windows, and just suction cupping his way around just to get around Thok.
But yeah,
I could
no.
probably do the same if I get to a high enough porthole. You just slip out and then grab the top and just slither back up.
But no, yes, Thok. So again, you can squeeze through most tight spaces. It's just that there's combat rules that apply to it. But once he gets to a deck, he's fine.
Oh, we also found out earlier because I was looking at my at the race. I actually have a swim speed 35. I'm faster in water.
Yes. Cool.
Well, that's generally how octopi work.
Excuse me.
Actually, most octopi can move about the same speed on land just because of how smart they are. Some octopi can just watch a human walk and they've figured out how to walk like a human just using their tentacles.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Octopi are terrifyingly smart, and I love them.
Have you seen the size of their heads?
I mean, you know. But anyway,
Then
so Tabula looks to you, Nyafta, and he smiles. I must admit, I didn't expect the captain of a ship called the Bessie's Mercy to be so beautiful.
He was accidental. Thank you very much for your compliment.
He smiles and then he pulls a bag out from behind his counter and then places it on the counter. Your payment. I believe the agreed upon fee was 500 gold pieces for delivery of the goods.
Mm-hmm.
I hope platinum is all right. I didn't want to burden you with so many gold coins.
uh,
We'll take them,
yeah,
no problem.
you and the other people that we had to thinking
Yep.
platinum.
Excellent, excellent. Miss Nyata, might I trouble you for a word in private?
Oh, of course, I'll go with you.
He then, like, snaps his fingers. Girls! And you, as you're, like, girls, you see from somewhere, and actually 3 somewheres, you see 3 different goblin heads just poke out of random holes, like, around just,
Mm-hmm.
And he gestures.
Valor's rarely in his hand, like just being startled a little bit by goblin heads. His hand goes immediately for the hilt.
See, Skull doesn't go for any of his weapons. You see all 8 of his tentacles rise up like he's getting ready to box with them.
Wait. Trust these
Sir,
people,
B.
right?
Ray, do me a favor. Unpack the devices and get them assembled, if you please. The instructions on how to do so should be in the boxes. You got it, Tabula? They say in unison. And allow
Right.
me to show you what they look like.
I imagine they're all adorable. They are all adorable.
My guy, it's just fucking Cerberus from Helltaker.
I'm not saying it's not.
It's
That's
literally
fucking
just
good,
Cerberus from Helltaker. You can see the fucking wolf pattern on the back.
I'm not saying it's not. Did I say it wasn't? I didn't.
It doesn't make it any less adorable.
Yeah.
But they all smile and like swarm over to the crates, and they pull tools from somewhere. You didn't see them pull them, and one of them like flicks it and it becomes a crowbar. The other flicks it, it becomes a crowbar. Another one flicks it and it becomes a hammer. And they just and just start getting to work. Very Tasmanian devil animations going on right now, as they're slapping these prototypes together.
I kind of lean over to Skull a little bit. I'm like, should we tell Thok that somebody's trying to raise up the captain?
Why? The captain can handle herself.
I'm sure she can.
And I don't think,
I think-
if Thok has any interest in her, I don't think we need to have any trouble of him tearing someone's head off.
That's true. Question is are the feelings reciprocated? I mean, last thing I need to see is a groan or cry.
Strong orcs don't cry.
I feel like if Thok were to cry, it would be rocks that would fall from his eyes, not tears.
Yeah, but we don't need a whole bunch of pebbles on the deck of the ship.
I mean, I don't know. I'm sure someone could use a slingshot.
I'm pretty sure everyone can use a slingshot, but the last thing we need is the fucking Three Stooges rolling over a bunch of fucking marbles.
What's the Three Stooges?
The three people that follow Thok around like lost puppies.
Oh,
They're afraid of the big man, and they essentially work for him.
that's right. Mojo Curly.
Yep. The three pirates you saved
Forget
for
they
no
exist
fucking
sometimes.
reason.
Well, to be fair, it was whose idea was it at the time? It was Niafta's idea at the time.
I was not here for it, so I can't say anything.
My guy, that was like session 2. These guys have been around for a while.
Do I need to remind you that I've only been here for what? This is the...
No, he's
What's
just saying how long ago it's been, so
Oh.
he's not expecting anyone to remember it.
They were here since session 2. We have to remind our viewers that they exist because they don't speak very often.
Yep. Also,
They're actually terrified of... One of them is still terrified of me because I actually threatened them with violence.
Also, again, only 2 of the crew have managed to survive the story of the Vessi's Mercy, being Niafta and Valor. So,
Yeah.
only 2 of the original crew are still here.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're the 2 OGs.
Niafta is Luffy.
And I'm essentially, at this point, I'm fucking Zoro. I'm Zoro. I might not have the directional challenges that Zoro has, but I'm fucking Zoro at this point.
Yep. But anyway, Tabula leads you into another, into a office. And again, you can see more things like taken apart, hung up on the walls. You can see like a backpack that has wings coming out of it that looks very fragile and unsteady, and that's like taking up most of the back wall. He pulls out a very nice seat for you in front of his desk before he walks around to the back and then sits himself. I am going to ask a not insubstantial favor of you, Captain Niafta. You see, I have... Well, as you've met Tobias and Cups, I am afraid that I cannot keep them in my employ much longer. I needed them for this one job, and unfortunately our contract will be up at that point. Unfortunately, that means that they are going to be without work. Now,
I see.
I knew Tobias before he was how he is. And let's just say that I owe him a few favors. So I was hoping that I could beseech you in some way to take Tobias and Cups into your crew. I'm sure they are very valuable assets. Cups is quite the fighter and can keep order on a ship, or so I've been told. And there is no one I would trust to guide me around the seas of Vodari other than Tobias. Back when he was a half-elf, he was quite the navigator. Even charted some uncharted waters up north back in his heyday. I hope that you can find some space for them. And of course, if you have a particular request in mind, or a retainer fee, I could happily provide.
Yes, my retainer fee would be whatever it takes to have enough alcohol for Cups.
Haha! I actually am glad you asked. I have a few prototypes. He reaches into his desk, and you can hear a click, and then you hear a as his desk flips over. And you can see several like boxes kind of like fused into the underside of the desk. He then takes out a key and opens two of them. And he pulls out a pair of flasks. These are two flasks that I have invented. Are you familiar with an item known as the Decanter of Endless Water?
I have heard.
Well, the
Decanters of endless booze.
The Decanters of Endless Water are quite powerful magical artifacts, never running out of water. I've taken the concept and applied it to a different liquid. These are decanters of evening and daily whiskey. If my experiments are correct, and if my experiment succeeded, then by day, he shows you the golden flask. By day, in the hours of day, this flask should never run dry of whiskey. By night, and he shows you the black flask, this flask should never run out of drink during evening. Of course, when it is day or night, the other needs to recharge. And it is that long period of recharging that requires, or that keeps the magic.
I see.
Again, I'm not 100% sure the experiments worked. I've been looking for someone to try them on, and I figured that eventually they would end up in She's hands. So if you take these, then I am sure that she of Cups would be able to be happily intoxicated for all of her day and night.
Yeah, I bet she will be willing to try.
He smiles and he nods. Excellent. And, to sweeten the pot a bit, he then, reaches into his bag, and or not into a bag, he reaches into another box on his desk. And, he opens it with a brand new key. Lots of keys, this guy. Then again, he's got all kinds of valuable stuff, so. I already had the book open. What the hell am I doing?
I wonder if he has a bunch of golden keys with a few astrological.
Question.
Yes.
No, he's not Lucy.
The morning flask is full of whiskey. The night flask is full of
Whiskey.
Whiskey as well. Okay, same quality both?
Same quality, though they are different types of whiskey.
Mm.
The evening flask is full of a bourbon, more than just your standard whiskey.
I see.
I figured that she might appreciate the different flavors.
Yeah.
As for this, here you are. And he flicks a ring at you.
Mm-hmm.
This little trinket, I consider it a payment for hearing me out and accomplishing this favor. This is a ring of water breathing.
Ooh.
While you, again, it is an uncommon ring at best, but still, I imagine it'd be useful for a captain such as yourself.
Oh yeah, especially because I'm a land creature. That's it.
Indeed, I noticed the skull or the Cecilia among you, and I imagine that most of your crew can breathe water or have some affinity for
Yeah,
it.
most of them are sea creatures.
Except for the fucking snake.
But I mean, you can move around in the water too.
I can swim. I can't breathe water.
He doesn't know
You
that.
stay underwater longer.
That's true, because holding your breath is your constitution is based off your con score.
I do have a pretty good con score.
Yeah, Niafta does not.
I don't. I'm a bard.
Cards.
But he smiles. While you wear this ring, you can cast the spell Water Breathing, but it only works on you.
Like, it only works on me because I'm wearing the ring, or it only works on me because the ring is tied to me.
Correct. It only works on you because you're the one wearing the ring. You cast the spell from the ring, and it only affects you. The normal water breathing spell allows you to add other targets.
Mm-hmm.
You can.
No, I was just like asking if it's possible that other person can use the ring.
Oh,
If it's still safe for me, or I give it.
No. The ring does not require a bond between you. Just so long as you're wearing it, it's fine.
Ah, okay.
After all, these rings are common enough place that they have become necessary in certain circles.
Mm-hmm.
But again, thank you very much for your assistance. Tobias is a dear friend of mine, and I hate to see him in the state he has found himself in, but alas, there was not much I could do about it.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, he bows his head. Well then, I look forward to hearing of grand adventures of your brilliant ship, and I do hope that should you find yourself in this fair city once again, you do stop by. I do have a wide variety of useful trinkets.
Oh, wonderful. I always like to hear that. Thank you very much for your kindness. I will take care of your people in my crew. And I was just a little bit concerned because I know she of Cups is very, very capable of drink the ocean dry if it was made of alcohol. So, yeah, that's gonna break my back.
You are not wrong. She is very capable of drinking the ocean dry, should she get the chance. So I do not mind your hesitancy. But I assure you, with those two flasks, should they work properly, then you are likely to.
I have a crucifix.
Do not worry. If they do not work as intended, you can always bring them back to me, and I will make adjustments as needed.
Phenomenal, would do.
And he stands up and shakes your hand. Thank you, Lady Niafta. It has been a delight, and I hope that you sail well.
Same for you, sir.
And he gives you a bow of his head, and then guides you back out in the main room. Meanwhile, while this conversation has been happening, Sir B and Ray have disassembled the crates and stacked up the wood very nicely. And you can see inside the firefighting rigs that you guys saw a lot of being tested in Zoleni.
Oh, I know these.
Ooh! They all say at once. They then turn to you guys and smile. And this next bit is a bit hard to describe normally. For those of you who have watched the new Baki series recently, you'll appreciate it. As they talk in a sentence, each one says one word, and then they continue down the line between them, saying these individual words that eventually form a sentence. And it's, thank you so much for bringing them. We would have had a hell of a time bringing them in on our own.
I'm so glad that I was able to understand the entirety. You three are a single entity, aren't you?
No, I'm Sir, I'm B, I'm Ray. We just know each other very well. We're sisters.
Triplets, I assume?
No, we just happen to all look the same, talk the same, and are the same age with no issues.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Husband becomes you very well.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
Anyways, yes. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad they managed to arrive without damage.
Us too. It would have been unfortunate had we had to spend the day fixing them. And,
I would have helped if they were damaged, but...
No, it's quite alright. But with that, the door opens and Tabula and Niafta emerge. Though Tabula lets Niafta leave first, obviously. Ladies first.
Mm-hmm.
And, as Tabula emerges, he kind of looks to the triplets. I trust you three haven't been causing any problems. No, sir, they say at once.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm afraid to move. Because I fear I might knock something over, considering the magnitude of my person.
Oh, the entire time we've been in here, Skull's been looking around at things and just gently picking things up with his tentacles on occasion, looking at them and then placing them back in the exact same spot they were in.
Tobias and she have been just kind of hanging out. Tobias more just admiring a water clock. It is literally a clock that uses water to wind it.
Instead of an hourglass using sand, it's using water.
Yep. More like
I'm
a
assuming
grandfather clock, but it uses water to turn the dials.
Perpetual motion machines, like those.
Indeed. And
I kind of like instead of moving, he's kind of Valor's taking out his journal and he's like just like jotting things down a little bit. It's very interesting to come across an artificer these days, at least outside of Zelani.
I get you. But Niafta, as you and Tabula emerge, you can see that the fire suppression systems are assembled and kind of put together, and they're the three goblins are kind of looking at them like, ooh, and you can see that they're like poking and prodding.
Ah!
They're not.
Tabula, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Could you install a reel system on my spear gun so I don't have to worry about holding onto the rope when I launch a harpoon at a target?
I could. Wouldn't be much of a hassle, honestly, though it would cost you about 25 gold pieces.
Deal.
I think we got the funds for that.
He holds out his hand. I need the harpoon gun.
And I'll hand it over along with the harpoon that has the rope attached.
He nods, he looks at the rope, and he seems to sit here, and he does a
I forget, it's 10 gold to every 1 platinum, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So I have 7 platinum with 5 gold left. Yay, math.
He nods. I assume you'll want it that any harpoon could be attached to this reel system?
That would be the preference, yes. I have a few more that I would have on hand to swap if necessary.
Fair enough. And he kind of sits and looks at it again. And he then nods. I will have this delivered on the morrow. By courier to the Vessi's Mercy. I assume that's a good place?
That'd be perfect. I have my bow in the meantime if any trouble were to arise.
I mean, we are staying at the Gilded Galleon for Tobias, how many days did you rent us in for?
A 10-day. It's basically a week.
So we're there for a week at the Gilded.
Very well, I can have it delivered there. That's no problem. Very good, very good. Yes, interesting. Thoughts. Sir B and Ray all just come running up and like one peers over his left shoulder, one is right, and one is like leaning over his head to look down at the item.
And do you mind if I offer a thought?
I don't mind if you offer thoughts, no.
Spring-loaded coil retraction system. With a gear lock so that it can only go so far.
The only problem is the parts must be able to withstand being used underwater, and springs tend to suck in salt water. Still, it's something. Nothing. And he then nods.
Polyurethane casing, probably.
He like raises an eyebrow. We'll see. I have a few things that might work. Anyway, the girls and I are now engaged, so thank you, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Tobias, Cups, good to see you again, and he hands them each a small pouch, which Cups just takes it and then like hands it over to Tobias. And Tobias just grabs it and stuffs it up his sleeve.
Who has the flasks? Me?
Yes, you have
Yeah,
the
I believe
flasks.
you have flasks.
Okay.
And he then shakes both Tobias and She's hands. I wish you both well in your future endeavors. Tobias nods. Thank you, Tabula, for all your assistance. I know you've done all you can. Indeed I have. Well, good day. Good day, everyone. And with that, you guys are good to go.
All right.
Tobias and she kind of exit the shop with you, and Tobias just looks, well, I suppose this is where we part ways then.
Why are you leaving?
Well, we have fulfilled our contractual obligations to Pip and to our friend Tabula. I was under the impression that would be the end of our association.
Oh, I was going to petition the captain that we allow you to stay with us.
I second that. As much as I despise the excessive amount of drinking, now that I understand that it is not within your control, I feel sorry for you.
Hey! I don't need your fucking pity. I'm
said it was
having a great
pity.
time.
Well,
I'm
as long
gonna
as you're
pat
having
her
fun
head
with
at
it, I guess.
that.
Don't touch the head, it hurts.
Gentle scritches.
Somebody give her a fucking ibuprofen. Wait, has that been invented yet?
No, it's just
Somebody-
opium at
Somebody,
this
somebody invent ibuprofen.
point. Niafta, what do you have to say to this?
What do I have to say to this? That I'm hungry.
Captain, you get final say on who we add to this ship's crew.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
Tobias looks.
Yes.
You want us to join your crew?
Well, we need somebody who can steer the ship a lot better than I can, and we need somebody who can
Hold on,
give.
Valley. Captain.
I was proposed to it and I accepted, so technically you're already part of my crew.
Okay. You see, Tobias is like caught off guard. I promise we will.
Or it feels like we've been trading with you. I mean, if you want, you can do something else, but this is, an offer.
No, we are grateful. I'll be sure to cover Cups' booze out of my own cut.
You don't have to worry about that. I've been also presented with a solution for that.
Oh?
This should be good.
Yeah.
May I ask what?
I can just see Niafta like daintily holding up the 2 flasks.
Yeah.
He
Your
looks
former employer was working on these prototypes that will be able to hold infinite amounts of whiskey. I mean, pretty much synthesize it out of thin air with magic.
You see,
I'm
she just kind of
assuming
She just kind of looks at the flasks. Ooh, can I have one?
Did
You
he
can
explain how
absolutely
they
have
work?
one, but there are certain rules that we need to follow if you want to have a constant supply of alcohol all day and night.
Okay, what are the rules?
So I show her the golden one. This one is going to be your day boost.
Okay.
And this one, I shake the black one, is going to be your night boost. We're going to split the day in 12 hours, and I'm going to hand you the day one, and you're going to have it until midday, and then you're going to hand it back, and I'm going to give you the night one. And that's going to be every day while we are together.
Awesome.
Oh.
Question. What happens when
Yes?
you leave the ship? And I stay behind on
When
the ship
I
to
leave
keep order.
I believe
I
Tobias
was
can be in
actually
control.
hoping that we could bring you with us sometimes. Maybe I will delegate the flask to either, I think, Kate or what's her name?
Tobias.
Her
No,
name?
no, her name. Uh-huh.
Octavia?
Octavia, yes. No, is
Octavia's
it? No, not Octavia. The kitchen girl.
Octavia.
Yeah, Octavia is
Octavia.
the kitchen girl.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Captain, if I might make a suggestion,
Yes.
since she has not really met the remaining crew members at this time,
Oh, well.
which I'm
Mhm.
sure she will, but at this current moment, would it not be more pertinent to give control of the flasks over to Tobias, as that is somebody that she trusts more implicitly?
He is her
And
caretaker.
he is
at
very
this point.
disciplined as well, so yeah. I think that is actually a good idea.
I will be sure that I do not allow her to abuse this generosity.
Oh yeah, she needs to be timely. I was instructed that if the flasks don't rest their 12 hours, they will stop working. So, yep. It's in her best interest to be on point of that.
Very well. Then I will make sure that on point we are. Thank you, Captain.
Yeah.
I must admit this is a most generous surprise, and thank you. And he looks to
Well,
she.
you-
Now, she. What do we say? And she's kind of sobers up for a minute and goes, "Thank you very much for the endless booze, and I shall adhere to the rules so long as I am on the ship that you
Mhm.
captain." Those were
Yes.
words.
Sort of sobered up there, but we got the idea of it.
Yeah.
Groovy, like
Now-
Stewie.
I have a question. Does
Yes.
like Tobias, you might know the answer to this, but would healing hands cure a headache?
Technically, but it wouldn't cure her headaches.
But would they lessen them, or at least make it so that the headaches are less pounding?
Possibly.
She looks like she's in pain.
She is, but that's because she woke up mostly sober. If I might
Mhm.
have a flask.
Of course,
Let me-
maybe we can start
I'm
trying
gonna
the
get some
milk
alcohol in
for
that
that.
cat's fat.
As
I don't see why not. We should like start testing these things and see if they work and if they're correct. I mean, while we're here in the port, right? Because he said that we could return if they're not working properly, so he can do like some fix and arrange.
He nods, and as you hand over the day flask, Tobias hands it. Of course, hands it over to she, and she just sits back and like tips it all the way back, her head back, the flask up in the air, and she just takes the longest pull. 2 uninterrupted minutes of just sucking down whiskey. And finally, as she pulls away, she just...
It works.
And she's like, it's just not the greatest shit in the world, but it works.
What did they say that thing was filled with?
Whiskey.
It's whiskey.
That's what I heard.
It's whiskey. That's fine. I had a notion that this might not be like magically the best alcohol in the world, but it would do the job if you need it. I think it. Yep.
Yes, booze is good. Booze. Oh, Tobias! I'm drinking all this whiskey. I have a new name. Oh God, and what is it? Whiskey Whiskers.
Whiskey Whiskers. Down.
I don't see anything wrong with that, actually.
Forgive me, but my knowledge of tabaxi culture is. But do they often change their names?
No, we don't like necessarily like change the names. We have the long names. We have other names, like so for instance, I'm She of Cups because of the cups that I need to drink, right? And I can drink all the cups, right? So then, if I achieve another name I have is Drunken Claw, which is the name of the art style that I fight with. And again, she takes up this really weird stance.
Claw.
For those of you who are like
C-L-A-W.
Yep. Claw. For those of you who are kung fu aficionados, it's a mixture between tiger stance and drunken fist. The first drunken fist stance is that, like, Rock Lee, 2 fingers on each hand are kind of in the way, and it's like right in front of you, like overlapping. Where she's got tiger claws in that kind of position. Again, drunken master, cat here.
Monk.
Yep.
Okay, following you so far, but okay, so you just add names?
Exactly. The most famous tabaxis have the most stories told about them. Like Red Whiskers, the Red Sea Feline, and Captain Furball. They're all the same tabaxi at different points in their illustrious career.
Wow.
Are you going to be updating her name in the thing each time?
I already have. I have already started updating her name.
What does Scram think of all this?
I don't know, man. I just got here.
You also sound like you want to die.
No.
You sound like you're over your puberty.
There you go.
Maybe.
I
have had to increase my testosterone because turns out my body produces too much estrogen. So we had to literally double the amount of testosterone I have to inject. So like the normal dose people get is 0.2, and I'm at 0.4.
But anyway,
I see.
Scram, as you guys just dropped off some crates that the party were in charge of delivering from Zeleny. And now, She of Cups, the Tabaxi Drunken Master, and Tobias Finwhistle, the Otter Title Wizard, or, well, Title Mist
Those are the
Weaver.
new guys, right?
Yep. They are now officially part of the crew.
Congrats.
And we also now have a way to give She of Cups an unlimited supply of whiskey and bourbon.
Yep. Because she needs to be drunk.
Consistently. Like, forever, till that curse is broken.
It's not a curse.
Yes.
Can't return a gift.
Yes, it is quite, like, again, it matters. It is not a curse. It is 100% a
It's
gift.
like- Yeah, it is like having chronic pain and you have to be on opioids, but then you know everything.
Yep.
About that.
I see.
But
But anyways, yeah, we also met a triplet of goblitas,
Mm-hmm.
and they essentially speak like Cerberus from Helltaker.
or like eyes, ears, and, or no, what is it? Teeth, tongue, and lips from Baki. I put the videos in the chat. Or in the, in the art and other fun stuff. I had to literally, like, go watch episodes of Baki, record those sections, and then slice it up and edit. Like, it took a lot of effort to get those clips. At least in English, because the ones in Japanese don't exactly sell it well. But anyway. So, you have uncovered, or rather unlocked, 2 new crewmen. 2 new crewmates. And later tonight, Nyafta has a meeting with the head of House Tea Leaf about future cooperation, collaboration, and
I believe she asked for me to end Valor, but whatever.
oh yeah, well, true. You are the first mate. You are expected to attend.
I'm pretty much expected to follow the captain wherever she goes at this point.
Oh, you know,
She's a bard. I'm her meat shield.
nothing wrong with that. But with that being said, and with all that being even, you guys have the rest of the day to kind of explore Vardi and take in the sights and the sounds and the lights and the cameras and the actions.
So where are we? Validu.
No, we're still in
Oh,
Vardi.
we do.
You are
Vardi.
in Vardi.
Vardi. Okay, my bad.
We're in Vardi proper.
Yeah, which is the capital of Varaki.
I would like to look for a. I'd like to look for a magic smith.
All right, you'd like to look for somebody making magic stuff?
Magic weapons and armor, specifically.
Okay. Skull, Nyafta, and Scram. What are the 3 of you thinking?
I'm gonna go head to the Thieves Guild, see if there's any pertinent information that could be useful for us, and possibly get a couple of enforcers to watch the ship, just because I don't trust people.
Okay.
We got that covered. Thawk's there.
I mean,
yes, but let's take a look and find out what's up in case, something needs readjustments. Also, we have to introduce these 2 to the crew and find them a cabin.
So the main reason why I specifically say to watch the ship, Thieves Guild members get word out really quickly, so if I have an enforcer watch the ship and someone tries something shady at the ship, someone tries to attack the ship, we'll have an immediate, this is what happened, we'll have the play-by-play.
Mhm.
so not
It is
necessarily
better to
watching the
know-
ship to protect it, but watching it to see who tried what and why.
Okay.
That way, any pertinent information, because if someone from the houses decides to fuck with the ship, we'll know which house is trying to fuck with us.
Right.
True.
Yes.
True. All right, fair enough.
I play this game a little too well sometimes.
Scram, is there anything you would like to investigate?
I want to go to my deities and see if they need anything.
Ooh,
Yeah,
fun.
you got excited.
I did, because me after.
Do I
Roll
have
me an
any-
insight check.
Oh,
Insight, though. I'm coming. Don't
Oh
move.
my!
Are you coming?
All night long.
Yes.
Mm.
Different roll 20 is so slow. Why is it so slow? 20. No, seriously, why is this so slow?
All right,
Okay.
party loot's updated,
Cool beans.
at least for
And
now.
this is what?
Insight.
Perception? Insight.
Insight.
Oh shit. This one.
You know, that nat 20 would have been nice.
But it's okay.
But
Because Scram,
Hi. How you doing?
you notice something shiny and very pretty, and it's like gesturing to you out of the corner of your eye, and you can't help but feel like attracted to it, and you're like, huh, well, no one will mind if I go see what this is. And you start to wander off.
What
Oh.
a reality. Everyone.
Do I-
will worry.
oh no.
Do I notice that they disappeared?
No, because you and Skull are headed in your own directions. Niafta's sitting there thinking for a moment, trying to decide which direction she wants to go in, and then she turns and looks and sees Scram wandering off, and goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
wait."
Yeah.
So
Well,
the
what
three
about
of
my
you,
beauty?
so the three of you have split up.
Okay.
Oh.
The four of you have mostly split up, but two of you are together. So I need
Yes.
Skull, fuck.
Valor.
Well, Valor too, but Niafta
Tobias? Oh, me. Okay.
to roll d20, please.
Me.
Am I also rolling a d20 here,
Yes.
or
Yes.
Am I also rolling a d20?
No.
Okay.
I'll take a 19,
Didn't hear
boss?
my name, but I figured I'd double check.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So
Is this to determine who's going first in this particular order of events?
it is. Is there an
I'll take
issue
a
with
19,
that?
boss. No, I just kind of figured that's what it was for.
Okay. All right.
Mumsa.
You make your way towards. Let's see.
Kind of wish we had a top-down view of Alito.
Should. Oh, did I not?
Is there a map?
Did I
No,
not
it's currently the big one.
Okay.
Oh, right. I keep saying Valito. No, Vardi.
Vardi. I mean,
Valito
they're both part of
Valito just feels so much more fun to say.
Anyway.
Like, I feel posh when I say Valito.
I mean, it is a posh city, so
Yeah, well, you know. That kind
we're
of
just, second-rate Valito. How about that?
Let's see. What kind of music?
Motherfucker, this is just fucking Manhattan at this point. Look, they got giant fucking marble statues all over the fucking place.
Did she really come upstairs and leave the kitchen light on? She fucking did. Wink, stop!
Wingstop? Or Wingstop? Because either way, those are two different things.
Thanks, you. Isn't
Hey, you know
Wink
what?
one of your birds?
The basement dweller came down from the upstairs, came upstairs, turned on the kitchen light, washed her hands, and then went back downstairs without turning off the light. Now the birds are mad.
Yep, that'll do it.
But
One of the birds' name is Wink.
That's what I figured.
So you.
Anyways, I'm off to area with.
Yes, you arrive at. It would be number 8, the floating market.
Just put myself over on 8. You
Yep.
also had the same idea.
In a confluence of 5 separate canals, gondolas gather around a series of interlocking docks that spiderweb across the surface of the water, from dawn to dusk in what is known as the floating market. Shoppers can buy fresh produce, fish, baked goods, trinkets, weapons, and many other things right off of the boats. The quality of goods here is decent and affordable to the average townfolk, not the expensive high-end goods available in the fancy boutiques in the elite neighborhoods. Tabula's trinkets, as a point of reference, is here. So, he is right off the floating
So he's
market.
like in area 3? Over by area 7.
Yeah.
Closer to 9.
I don't know how we'd section these off, all honesty.
This particular section, there's no real need. This particular section, no real need to worry about sectioning it off.
I was just wondering like how it would be like sectioned in particular, just because there's numbers all over the place, but
Yeah.
Numbers just are points of reference for, these are important, or could be important areas.
thank you.
In this case, there are specific buildings or streets that are of some import. Like, for instance, this is the harbor, and this is the Avenue of Masks. Like, this whole avenue along the way here. So, again,
Avenue of Mass. Yeah, that sounds like a red light district.
But anyway, as you're kind of making your way along the various boats, gondolas, and various other, traveling things, you do find a gondola that seems to have, like, a forge built into the thing. And you can see an Auron sitting there, like, hammering away, and in order to quench the blades, he's literally just dipping them over the side of the boat. And you hear... And then he just goes right back to working on them.
Well, when you have a free water source, make do with it, right?
But he just kind of looks up. He's, again, one of the few smiths who's, like, working while he's here. You do see a few other gondolas, like, selling weapons and the like. But none of them are, like, making weapons at the moment, so. But he kind of looks up. Can I help you?
Indeed. I'm looking for either a magic shield or a magic longsword.
What part of these you wanting to be magic? What you want them to do? Like cut better, be harder, resist the oceans, currents, and the like? What you thinking?
Well, I kind of pull out my longsword, and it has the one rune etched into it. Well, this one has an additional, I believe, what was it? I have to double check for a longsword because it's been a while since I used it. This one does poison damage, and I'd like to kind of have that replicated on a longsword that does for essence, it does cut better, or it lands its strikes a lot easier.
He kind of sits there looking at you. And what blade is this again?
This is a longsword. It's the longsword I had a rune etched into it in Zeleni.
Ah, that's right. He kind of looks at you. Well, can't exactly do anything impressive with that sword as it is, but I've got something I can do. You want that made on something else, aye?
Similar concept, yes. I don't think you can replicate the rune as it was made by a dwarf craftsman, but
He like looks at you and looks down at himself.
didn't you say Orin?
That's a dwarf. It's a sea dwarf.
You're shitting me. Okay, I rescind my previous statement because when I hear Orin, I think bird.
Oh yeah, no, that's Oran.
Thank you.
Orin with a A-U-R-I-N is dwarf. They are the sea dwarves.
Thank you. They sound and are spelt quite similarly. You'll
No,
have
you're
to
fine.
forgive my misconception.
They do sound similar.
Yeah, you're fine.
So, I rescind my previous statement and say, as long as you can replicate the rune and maybe put it on something that can strike easier. As for the shield, I do appreciate the crest that was put on it. Is there any way you can transfer it over to a new shield?
Does the crest give it some kind of ability that I don't know about, or is it just nice
No,
to
the
look
crest. The crest is special to me because I got it from my background as a military, as a marine from
Yep, just wanted to
Zolan.
double check. And he nods. That's easy enough.
I'm sorry if this is a bother to you. I don't mean to interrupt you from your work.
He looks at you and shrugs. Work smirk. You're a client, you're here, you're asking. I don't mind. But, he kind of looks. I've got a few ideas, but, I will admit the rune will be the hardest thing to work with. However, I think I can put it on something. Have you ever worked with an Orin weaponry? Or Orin armor?
I kind of look down at myself. I fear they don't usually fit me.
That I believe. Well, he kind of holds up a sword. This particular blade, you see the metal, how it's strange and has that blue glow to it?
That's sea metal, isn't it?
Aye. Sea steel, as we call it.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly pulling out his journal. Scribble.
Sea steel is a very interesting type of metal. And frankly, we can do lots of things with it. However, in this particular instance, I could put that rune you're looking for onto a weapon made of sea steel, such as this longsword here. And then, with that rune and this weapon, this particular metal, you'll be able to attack with it underwater as if it were made to travel through water. Not to mention the fact that no matter how much time the blade spends in the water or in the sky getting rained on or anything, no water will ever rust the blade. That blade there, eventually it will succumb to rust unless you clean it properly. With an Orin weapon,
I do try to maintain it.
Indeed. But with an Orin weapon, you never have to worry about water or blood rusting your blade.
That explains why you're quenching your steel in the water here.
Alright. As for
Honestly,
as
that's
for
for the shield?
Shield, I'm afraid I don't have many shields. But let me ask you a question. Can you breathe underwater?
No.
Well, I tell you what. How'd you like some armor that can? Or that can let you breathe underwater?
I'd be I'd be more open to that.
Aye.
Something tells me we're bound for one of the underwater cities in the near future.
That's entirely possible. There's one just outside of the islands.
Vardi.
Aye. But I sell Orin armor as well. So a suit of Orin armor, while you're wearing it, will let you breathe underwater, and you can withstand the water pressure to any depth. Not to mention it doesn't rust when you're in the water either. Very useful.
Now I already have my steel-plated stake armor for the tail, but don't think that's going to be, as long as I maintain upkeep on that, it should be fine. But I look at my breastplate, I'm like, I kind of like I like unstrap it, and like I always wear an undershirt on it just to make sure I'm not just stripping in public.
Yeah.
I'm more privy to breastplates. Is there anything you'd recommend?
Oh, breastplate is fine. If that's what you're craving or looking for, I got a breastplate made of orange stuff. That's no issue.
Well, as long as I'm able to breathe underwater, the important thing, probably a good thing to have when you're on the seas.
Oh, aye. Hence why my people use a lot of it.
So it's a shame about the shield, but
Aye, shields are not exactly my specialty. And frankly, I wouldn't be... Your shield's about as good as any other shield I can sell you. I mean, I've got other shields to be sure, but... that wouldn't do you much good.
basically all I'd be changing is the shape, eh?
Aye. You'd be changing the shape, you'd be changing the material. I could sell you a shield made of shells or chitin or other natural material covered by bronze and other alloys, but again, it wouldn't change the power behind the shield any. Like he pulls up a beautiful shell, that has been turned into a shield. You realize it's probably a giant turtle shell.
Lee.
I reinforced it with bronze and some other metals, and again, won't rust in the ocean, so if you're looking to trade your shield for one that you can use underwater and not have to worry about maintaining, then I'd happily sell it to you. I mean, heck, we can make a fair just swap your shield for this one.
Would it cost me anything to get the crest put on it?
Nah, I can do that. And just a little painting job. Maybe a little engraving.
Then I'll do the happy swap with you for that one.
Right.
Be good to be able to use a shield underwater.
And he happily trades you. Now, for the armor and the weapon, it's gonna run you a fair bit of coin. So,
what are we looking at?
The sword is honestly gonna be the most expensive thing, just because again, you want me to move magic, and moving magic is a bitch and a half.
Can you recreate magic? Because I believe I do have another emerald somewhere.
No, that's not my particular talent. I can move a rune just fine, but recreating one is a little beyond me.
That would probably cost you more anyways.
It wouldn't be by much, I will admit. However, for the armor and for the weapon, you're looking at 600 gold pieces.
And that's including the trading of the armor and the previous weapon? I imagine the previous weapon will be destroyed in the process of moving the magic, so...
Nah, it just won't be magic no more. But the weapon itself will still be intact, but I could get you down to 550 for that. And of course your armor trade, of course.
Yeah, I'll probably do it. I've got the funding for it, thankfully. How does 55 platinum? Oh, you said it's like 550?
Alright. So yes, 55 platinum would cover you.
I kind of raise my hat, pull out the pouch of 100 platinum that I got from giving away the journal that I kind of kept on me. And I, like, shell out 55 platinum pieces and then put the pouch back under the hat.
He nods. Alright. You'll need to leave me your sword, but your armor I can pick up when I drop off the goods. Take me about a day. If you tell me where your ship is docked or where you're staying, I can have it brought to you. When all
I'm
is
staying
said and
at
done.
staying at the Gilded Galleon.
Ah!
Yeah, the bartender's been good to me, so
That's alright. The Gilded Galleon's one of my favorites. The drinks are a lot cheaper than at the Golden Galleon.
can't imagine why. Something about the name seems pricey.
Ain't that the truth of it? Alright. I'll have...
On another note, kind of like pull out the pouch of gunpowder that I have, and kind of like look for a little cup.
He hands you up a little goblet.
I take the goblet, pour a little bit of the gunpowder in, and I put it back. Somebody that I know rather well from home made this gunpowder, and I imagine if I could get you in contact with her, something tells me that she'd be more than happy to expand her services to other islands. She says it's the best gunpowder that you can get in the southern seas.
He takes a pinch of it and kind of rubs it between his thumb and forefinger. He then picks up another little pinch and throws it into his fire and furnace, and you watch. And he just, that's pretty good. That's pretty good stuff. I myself am not interested in the powder, mostly because I deal in iron weapons and under the sea type stuff. For that, you're looking for Victor.
Victor? Is he around here at the shop, or is he further into Vardi?
He's here. He's here. Though, you see that there shop? And he points, and there actually on this particular little peninsula, there is a single shop that is standing by itself.
I'm assuming he doesn't like visitors?
Oh no, he loves visitors. We all did that for our safety.
Something tells me he deals in gunpowder.
I'll let you go talk to him about it, but he'll definitely buy and happily supply you with, you go talk to him if you got powder concerns.
That's not so much a concern, I just want to make a helpful business transaction for a friend.
You go talk to him about powder. Trust me, lad.
Let's just hope he's not as eccentric as my friend.
Good luck to you. I'll see that your sword and your armor are brought to the Gilded Galleon. Here, and he hands you a unmagic longsword, just a regular one. It's a loaner since I'm taking your actual sidearm, so feel free to use it, and I'll collect it when I drop off your gear.
Well, let's hope I don't have to use it for right now.
Good luck. And he just shakes his head, and as you
Requiescat and Pache, Snake Man.
As you slither over to Victor's Powder Supply, is what it's called. And with that, we will
Moving
move
on
over
to-
to Niafta and Scram. Scram. The little voice in your head just a little bit further. Just a little bit. And you eventually find yourself in front of a door. And the door reads, Auntie Anne's Mysticism. Oh no, Scram.
Oh,
Emil, honey, you're muted.
Oh, there I am.
There you
Hello.
okay.
What I miss?
So you followed the voices and the little shiny baubles to a place called
Yeah.
Auntie Anne's Mysticism.
Auntie and mysticism.
Ooh.
All right.
Indeed. And you hear the voices or the voice of one of your patrons. Go on. You want to go in here. It's the perfect place to start.
Oh boy.
At that point, Niafta, you catch up.
Huh?
Yeah. You've caught up and you're standing behind Scram and you also see the door.
Ah,
Just a side question. Where did Tobias and she go?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, we all want to know.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, I know. We all want to know things. It's okay.
Whatever.
Pretty much. Anyway,
Mhm.
so Scram, Niafta, you see this door. You go in.
uh-huh.
I mean, is it locked?
No.
Okay, then I shall enter.
I look at the kid. The kid looks back at me, and we're like, "Yeah, we're going in."
Okay.
Alrighty.
And he looks at me, and I look at him.
And he looks at me, and look at him.
He said,
You
I'm
look at
sorry.
me, and I look at him.
Weird
Somebody
Al
had
is
to make that joke.
Weird Al is one of the greatest things ever.
He is a national treasure.
Favorite musician. He always says that he doesn't have a favorite, but he introduced me to Weird Al and always plays in the car.
Weird Al is great.
He's a national treasure.
Yep, nothing wrong with Weird Al at all. But anyway,
People say Al is taking over. I don't get it.
Okay,
let's see.
so we're going.
Yep. You enter in and let's see.
Get out of the porn file, for fuck's sakes.
I'm not.
Not you. We all know you're always in the porn file.
I swim in it.
We know.
Bitch, I am the porn file.
We know.
That's a statement and a half.
I'm glad you
The fact that you say it with your chest, damn it.
I am the porn file.
That hurt, didn't it?
No.
Liar.
Alright. If this works.
Ooh, music.
I like the cacophony.
Music. I like to listen to music.
I like the music.
As you step in, you open the door and you step in, both of you, and then the door closes behind you.
Ah.
And you see that it is that you see that you have been transported to a swamp.
Son of a bitch.
Okay. Just through the door?
Yep.
Okay.
You can
Calling
still
to
see
my
the door.
deity.
It's rested in what might have been a doorway at one point, but is now covered in vines and moss and plant life. Only the door itself seems pristine. And as you enter,
Okay.
you can hear frogs croaking. You can hear soft drums being played somewhere. And you just hear, "Come in, child. Come in. Don't be
Call to my
scared."
deities. Call to my deities. Why here? What do you mean here? What do you mean?
Why the
Can I
fuck did we
take your
get
hand?
transported from Venice to fucking Louisiana?
The deity's in your head. Go on. She can help.
Okay, give me your hand now. Give me your hand now. We're walking, but give me your hand now.
I am holding hands and we are walking.
Okay.
And as you do, sitting on a giant mushroom in front of another giant mushroom, or with another giant mushroom in front and then two smaller giant mushrooms, you see this woman. As she smiles. "Oh, aren't you so tiny and cute? Welcome, dears."
Not look like how she sounds.
Not gonna lie.
I was fully expecting like a very elderly woman.
Yeah.
You see that hair? My guy, she's been living for centuries.
It's okay. Let's just say that she's an elderly woman, but she's using a filter.
You know
She's
what
a
I
fucking
believe?
dryad.
Welcome. Come sit. Come sit, child.
Mm-hmm.
My council said that you would be able to help somehow.
Yes, I know the council. At least your council, anyhow. Come on, sit down. Let Auntie Anne help. And you, child, she says, pointing to you, Neafta, have a seat, please. I know why you've come, too.
Have a seat. No. Well, yeah, I'm here.
It's all right. Ain't nothing to be scared of. Auntie Anne is the scariest thing in here, that I promise you. And Auntie Anne don't ever hurt the little babies what come visit. No.
Yay.
Auntie Anne is always here to help. Now you, darling. And she says, looking down at Scram, you have a long, hard road behind you. And a fun sea adventure ahead of you. But you're having a little problem getting your sea legs, or so I think. Am I right?
I think so.
It's a little scary in the big bad world, ain't it, darling?
A little.
You're having a hard
But
time
I've
being...
endured worse.
Say that one more again.
But I've endured worse.
Yes, you have, darling. Yes, you have. And I know that it's been a long, hard road for you. But I promise you that once you leave Auntie Anne will give you something that'll help make that road even better. And she reaches into the mushroom, and she pulls out a small vial.
Oh, I'm being given drugs.
No, honey. It ain't no drugs. It's something to
Not
help
yet.
with the bravery. Again, I'm only looking to enhance what you're already going through, what you're already doing for yourself. That's how my magic works, dear. I can't undo or change who you are or what you are, but I can give you a helping hand.
If I ain't dead yet, then that means I'm alive. And being alive is the most important.
Yeah.
Indeed,
Well, with how many
it
of
is
those
sweet.
gems we have, if two of those are
Indeed,
diamonds,
it
I
is,
can make
sweet
sure that
summer
you die
child.
if you can.
Shut the fuck up, Bex.
Indeed it is, sweet summer child. But don't worry. Don't you worry your pretty little head about nothing. This right here can help. This is, well, How do I want to put this?
Bravery juice?
No, you don't. You won't drink it, love. I promise you that.
Oh. He sounded kind of sad when he said that.
Tell me, child, when you engage in combat, do you like to get close, or do you prefer to step back a little bit?
Oh, I haven't really been in combat yet, but I would assume I would be farther back.
Exactly. This right here is this right here is known as a dark shard amulet. And she like slides the vial closer, and you can see floating in the liquid is a sorry, excuse me, hold on.
Yep,
Down the wrong pipe.
down the wrong pipe.
I feel that on a personal level.
I feel that on a physical level.
Shit, am I making you sick too? I get Vex sick all the way up in Canada, and here I am making Blaze sick all the way down in Nevada.
That's your superpower.
I got the internet bug.
Right?
You don't want to know how he got me sick.
Moving along. But anyway, this right here, floating in the liquid, you see a shard of what you think might be wood. Like maybe it's pieces of a doll, or maybe it's some piece of a stick figure. Honestly, you're not 100% sure. But
voodoo doll.
she smiles. This particular little amulet, it'll help you by allowing you and your patrons to commune at a far easier rate. The voices are a little jumbled, and they tend to knock at you when they want, pushing and prodding you in the directions that they want you to go, right?
Oh, I just thought that was normal.
It's not unnormal, but it also means that, unfortunately, there's not a lot of harmony going on in their minds and in yours. This here will help you find a balance. This here also will allow you to interact with each one in your own special way. You see, once per day, by beseeching one of your council, you can use this amulet to cast a warlock cantrip that you don't know, but that they know.
Oh.
It can be as simple as you begging for help to let them let you cast a spell like Chill Touch for a regenerating enemy, or to simply use Mage Hand to help you make breakfast in the morning. It's up to you how you use it, but again, all your magic will be able to be focused through this amulet here, and you'll be right as rain.
I gently hold my hands out to take it.
She smiles and she lifts it up and drops it into your hands.
Now, is it like a vial with a little voodoo doll inside, essentially?
So it is. It's a vial with a little pieces of what you assume is your council, and it is. And once she picks it up, you watch as a silver and bronze chain appears around it and is wrapped around the vial, making it a necklace.
Oh. What color is it? Just because, I like to draw shit.
The water in the vial is the pink that matches the flowers on her hip. You see the pink in the flowers that she's got?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of pink. And the shards are like either a really dark brown or a black. You just can't tell with the contrasting colors. It also is glowing.
So it's like multiple pieces of
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought it was like a little tiny doll inside, kind of like a snow globe, and I could just shake it. It's like a little dancing dude.
Nope. But she smiles. This here will allow you some control and to better talk to individual members of your council when you need and want to, of course.
Oh,
Now, as for payment, I do require something, child.
of course.
All I need from you is you to put out your hand and think of a time that you'd rather not know.
Mhm.
Give me a sec. I'm thinking. I gotta RP this, right?
No worries.
A time I'd rather not know, so a time I would forget, right?
Yeah, if you had the chance to forget, what's the thing you'd forget?
Side question, out of character.
Mhm.
Is this something that he can it be a repressed memory, or can it be a memory that he's already forgotten? Thanks to
If
his
he-
deities.
If he has forgotten it, then he doesn't remember it, so thus can't achieve the remember a time.
So a repressed memory does count.
Correct. A repressed memory counts, but not one that has been consumed by the council or that the council is taking and hiding from him.
Yeah, the council's kind of already taken quite a few, so like I'm really thinking right now.
Mm.
And again, it's just one that you can remember and would like to forget.
Mhm.
The explosion at the dinner party. First impressions are always difficult.
Nah, we're gonna keep that one because that one's like that's pretty good.
That's canonical at this point. Who touched the grenade?
Right?
Myself. Fuck. I'm like really thinking on the spot here. Okay, I got one. Scram gently holds out his hand, and in his grasp, there forms like almost out of like char and ash. It circles around in his hand and forms this half-burnt doll, something that he had created long ago, but almost is like a faint memory
You watch.
of when he first met the council, and the first thing he did before he left his home was to make a doll for them. And his mother found out that he had made something for himself, and as punishment, forced him to watch as she burnt the toy.
You watch as Auntie Anne picks it up out of your hand, and she smiles. Thank you kindly. And she brings the doll to her face, and then you're not sure what happens. Mostly because the effect of what she does and what happens to you, your eyes glaze over for a minute and you lose time. Nyafta, what you see is horrifying. You see Auntie Anne's mouth grow large and fill with like jagged wooden teeth as she puts the doll into her mouth and snaps her jaws on it, ripping it to shreds, and then swallows it.
Okay.
And then as soon as she has, Scram just like shakes his head and is back to normal, and you do not remember that particular memory at all. And Auntie Anne just smiles. The payment is fair and balanced. Thank you so much, darling.
Well,
If I ever meet Scram's mother, I'm killing that bitch.
So you've said, but shh.
why was I crying?
You see she pulls out a little bit of moss and just dabs at your cheeks. It's all right. Everybody cries once they've lost something, even something horrible. But trust you and me, it's better off forgotten.
Okay.
And she gives you the little handkerchief made of moss. It's very soft. She then
Moth is
turns
very
her
soft.
head to you, Nyafta. And you can almost hear the creaking of wood now that you've seen below her mask. And she smiles.
Oh, it's a mask.
As for
Mhm.
you, darling, you're so very interesting. Look at that delicious little curse. I have to admit, Auntie Anne hasn't seen anything quite so intricate in so long. You sure you want to get rid of it?
Oh, wow. You see, this curse kind of has like an emotional value in my family. I didn't get it. It was passed to me from my ancestors from very, very, very long time. And I am actually on a current quest to solve it and finish it. But I am also kind of like intrigued by it, and I would like to understand where it comes from. So I don't know if I'm ready to let it go.
Well, taking down the road you will, you'll find your answers eventually. And I'm sure you will find that it can be let go. But Auntie Anne can't help you let it go. But I can continue you down the path to understanding and uncovering its secrets. I assume that's why you came.
I was actually following the kid.
Following me.
Both things can be true at one time. After all, Auntie Anne's tends to attract people who need Auntie Anne. That's how my magic works. Or at least one facet of my magic. But again, so I have a beautiful secret for you. And all it costs is a simple promise on your end. She takes out a little doll made of, you realize it's made of mushrooms? And like it's like a mushroom person in a doll shape, and she hands it to you. Giving me your solemn vow, by blood of blood and by the pride of your soul, that when you find a way to break your curse, you will consider giving it to Auntie Anne.
I can do that.
She smiles and she holds out her hand.
Hmm.
Do you grip her hand? As you do, you watch as a pair of snakes form around you, sinking fangs into your wrist and hers. And you watch as they begin to turn red and they sink into your skin. You now have a beautiful coiling snake tattoo across your hand, your palm, and up to your elbow.
Damn, I wish tattoos were that easy to get.
Okay.
I think she's gonna have
hours for my leg.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a whole different opinion of fucking Valor right now.
But she smiles and she holds up the doll. When you break your curse, or should you choose to, you'll have the split-second decision to place it somewhere. The magic, that's how the magic works, or at least one way. You can place it anywhere. Place it in the mushroom, and he'll find his way back to Auntie Anne. And our deal is struck.
Nice. Right.
Of course,
It doesn't sound like I can stop it.
If you don't want to give Auntie Anne the curse, that's fine, but the promise is that you will consider it.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And if you choose not to, the mushroom will come back to Auntie. Now then, you're looking for a place where you can find information on curses. And I promise you this, darling. In this city, there is one such a place. And she reaches into the mushroom and slides out a little card. And as she does, she hands it to you. This here This here is one card in particular. This will lead you to house, well, they call it the House of Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
It dabbles in many things. Curses, evil magics, poisons, and more recently it has become a home of assassins. Some of the best assassins in all Vodari, I dare say. You tell them that Auntie Anne sent you, and they'll let you in to have a conversation. The one who takes the card from you will be the one to talk to. Believe you me, they'll know who they are and who they're supposed to be. And what you'll need to see.
Okay.
I warn you though, the House of Shadows has many, many secrets. So I suggest you keep them to yourself. Understand?
Understood.
Excellent! See, I knew that you two would be just wonderful little customers today. Oh, it's been so long since I had somebody of interest come down to visit. My bayou is never quite as lively as when I'm helping others.
Interesting.
Of course you are, dear child. After all, you wouldn't be a warlock if you weren't interested, and somebody had to take note. And in your case, you have the council. Well, I suppose that's their name to tell you, not mine, but you have a council. Councils are very hard to please, dear.
Oh, that's true.
But they seem to like you. So that's a point in your favor, dear child. And she reaches out and she pets your cheek, and it feels so very soft. Now then.
Yeah, look, there's 7 in there. That's how many I counted, at least.
That's not a bad count, and 7 is a powerful number. There is power in numbers, child. Make sure you remember that. 7 is one of the powerful numbers, 8, 9, and of course there's 3. Some would argue that 3 is one of the most powerful numbers.
Oh.
Now then, Auntie Anne has done all she can to help the lot of yous. So y'all come back now when you need her. Don't worry, her door will find you when you need. In the meantime, go and walk your very, very interesting paths. I can't wait to see how they turn out.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
I'm extending my hand to Scram so that he takes it back and so we can walk out.
She smiles, and you guys are able to, as you're getting ready to leave, you realize that the ground is actually the ground has shifted, and you're walking on giant lily pads. As you seem to have entered more of, as Auntie Anne called it, a bayou. You guys make it back to the door, and you can barely make out Auntie Anne waving in the distance before she slowly disappears into fog and foliage. You guys open the door, and you find yourself standing right outside the Gilded Galleon. But that is not where you came in.
Oh,
Is this where we need to go next?
where is it?
That's the place she told you to go to, right?
Oh. The Gilded Galleon is the inn and tavern you're staying at.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry, I forgot you might not have been here.
No, that's probably Scram would probably understand. Like, it's like, oh, is this?
This is where Scram took the pillow from.
It was a good pillow.
It was
You still have that pillow. You haven't let go of it.
Oh, have I not?
No, you
No,
had
I
it with
paid for
you
it.
last time.
It's yours.
You've been holding on to this pillow, that pillow, the whole time.
It's currently in my hood.
Okay.
And
Man
I
can
didn't
literally
know.
lie down on the ground and go to sleep.
Pretty much. All right, let me role play. Damn it!
If you want to roleplay, remember what you're doing.
I didn't know you were cursed, Miss Niafta.
Well, I mean, I was told. No, not really. I was born and I already had it. This is a weird curse that is ancient. One of my ancestors had it and he's been passing it on with generations. In my generation, I happen to be the one that carries it.
Do you know what life will be like when the curse is gone?
That, I don't know. I don't know how much of me will change things. I've been growing up with it and it kind of shaped me. What I know is that it ends with me. I either solve it or I die without descendants.
Oh. That sounds scary.
It can be sometimes.
I guess with my family, I was born cursed too. But I got out of it, and I feel like I'm in a better place now. So I hope that you'll be in a better place too.
Thank you. I feel like I'm moving towards there.
And with that, you guys head back inside the Gilded Galleon, where
Open the pillow back.
where you find both Tobias and She of Cups. She of Cups is just she's leaning back in a chair and she's just like sucking down whiskey out of the flask with no hands.
Like it's a water.
Yep, because for her it kind of is. Like, she needs to be drunk and needs to be drinking, but again, she's rarely had the chance to drink essentially endlessly.
Does she have funds for that? I don't think it's free.
That is.
Tobias just kind of looks over. This is a magic item that the captain gave us, he says, gesturing to Niafta. We are stress testing it. After all, the captain said that it was a prototype, and that if it broke, then we should be able to take it to its creator. So I figured a stress test is exactly what was called for.
Yep.
And he kind of like looks at a pocket watch. She has been drinking for the last 2 hours, like this.
Nice.
And has not stopped, and has not complained that it stopped. So, must be quite the effective item. I'm a little horrified.
Ooh. I am concerned about her level of hydration.
She just like gives a thumbs up, and is just still drinking and drinking and drinking.
Somebody asks her what her blood alcohol content is. She's just going to say yes.
Yep. She of Cups is 180 proof.
Don't let it match near her. She'll spontaneously combust.
She has alcohol proofing. Mr. Skull. If I remember correctly, you went to where?
I was making my way to the Thieves Guild.
Yes, you were.
Whoop, back to muting myself.
And with that one, I have the perfect one. Oh, come on, where is it? Oh, come on.
Every day.
This is a good one, but it's not the one.
You're taking out a bath with a fucking toaster.
Okay, where's Striker?
It's not the one I want. It is a good one, though. Oh, come on. Hold on, I might need to add it. Again, it's so good I'm not monetized because I'm not making any money doing this. Because I'd get copy striked into oblivion.
About the guy who is making money off of this.
We're not making money.
Oh no,
off of
I
this.
actually have it set up so that none of the music that's coming through right now will actually play on my stream.
Yep.
Well, like, it'll play on stream, but it won't play in VOD.
For those of you who want to listen to the music that is being copyright strike, go over to Dr.JWolfenstein's channel.
Yep. I'm not making money, so technically it's not copyright infringement.
I mean, in general, you're still going to be supporting me. Every single person that's sitting here and listening to us, I get money for your ads.
I don't know that I run ads.
No, you don't, because you're not monetized, but I do. And because we're doing the shared chat, all the people that are watching you still count for my ad revenue.
Oh, fair enough.
Even if they don't get hit with ads on your side.
Well, there you go. This is great. For those of you who are fans of Shrek, you're welcome.
I understand this reference. Thank you so much, Shrek 2.
Shrek 2 was so good. And then they just kept making Shrek movies that just were not anywhere near as good.
Okay, Shrek 3 was mid. Shrek 4 kind of had a good story and it had a good ending point. They should have stopped there.
I mean, they should have stopped after 2, but, you know, fine, whatever. Anyway.
And keep beating this dead horse till it stops spitting out money.
Yep. Although, man, Puss in Boots 2 was so much better than the first one, and no reason for it to have been that good, but damn was it good.
It's all because of Perrito.
Perrito. I love that dog. Only Chihuahua I don't want to drop kick over a fence.
It's probably been drop kicked over a fence with its fucking backstory.
You're not fucking
It is
wrong.
fucking backstory.
But anyway, you find the Thieves Guild. It's not hard. You know thieves can't. You know where to look, and yeah, you find it. And it's a tap room called the Ink Blot, and it is just a tap room. There's no tavern here. It's just a bar. And there is all kinds of shady fucking people here. The bartender in question also he not only looks pretty shady, but he definitely does not look like someone you necessarily want to, fuck around in his establishment with. And, let's see. I have an image for him, I swear.
Swear.
I swear to it. I swear it's here somewhere. Where'd you go, you bastard? I'm trying to remember his guy. Spaces.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, this guy.
Sorry about me, I'm just dying slowly.
I never mind you.
Thank you. I appreciate your nonchalant effort.
You see that the gentleman in question is a Minotaur. And he's dressed very nicely.
He's fluffy.
And he looks at you. He looks at you as you enter and you approach the bar and he nods. Welcome to the ink blot. How can I help you? Name's McCoy.
Nice to meet you, McCoy. My name is Skull, and I'm looking for the island special today.
The island special. And he nods and he begins to make a drink. You know, the island special, some say that it came about because of the wars between families. Some say it was a way for them to agree on what was the best drink. But recently, the island special is becoming a problem. Getting in the way, starting fights. She just wants to be, well, she wants to put her merchant house on its own level. Of course, the daughter of the island special, she don't want none of that. She wants to be a privateer. Just like her, well, just like her mothers. You also have the Princess of the Sea. It's a nice drink, he says as he's assembling this dark-looking cocktail. Princess of the Sea, the pirateer herself. She always sails in the patrol boats and in the patrols, keeping her sea legs. He then sets the drink down. If you're looking for more of the good news, he gestures over his shoulder. In the back there, there's a man or a woman. I'm not sure. I don't really care. But they're the ones you're gonna want to talk to.
And would they be the one that also might get me some eyes on me drinks?
If you're looking to hire, if you're looking for work or for someone to do some work, they'd be the one. I'm just the facilitations. Take the drink with you.
As I take the drink, I'll leave a gold piece on the table for him as I walk away.
He takes it and slides it into somewhere. And you see the door, and it's it doesn't look locked. It doesn't look like, anything. It's just a regular door. People admit it, but people seem to be giving it a wide berth.
And then there's my ass.
Well, again, you were told that this was the way you had to go.
I was given permission to head on in, which is what I'm gonna do.
Yep, you head on in. And as you head in, there is you realize it's a gentleman sitting there, got his feet like propped up on the table.
I'll make my way over and set the drink on the table.
And the gentleman looks up, and he's wearing a dark suit and a top hat with a blood red tie. And he smiles, very beautiful smile as he does so. And he looks up at you with very dark eyes. And he chuckles. Your new face. I don't recall meeting you before.
I'm new to this part of the seas, but you can find information anywhere you need to when you are in the know.
I see. Well, pleasure to meet you. People call me either Mr. Ink or Mr. Black. Your choice. And allow me to share the photo.
Gotta love the good old Gothic look.
Oh yeah. For those of you on my stream, Mr. Ink or Mr. Black, as you choose to call him. And he kind of he's leaning there in his chair. His legs are propped up on the table, and he's wearing like boots, and he just looks. So, what is your pleasure tonight? Information, work, workers?
A bit of everything, you could say. I'm looking for some information on any houses that might cause some trouble for my crew and I. And I'm gonna need some eyes on my ship so I can know what houses try to mess with my property while I'm gone.
You're looking for workers and information. Well, thankfully for you, you've come at an interesting time here in Vardi. And he reaches for a glass of wine that you didn't notice was on the table until just now. He takes a sip. The merchant houses are squabbling lately. The new houses are starting to band together and cause a bit of a problem, though one is supposedly supported by Her Majesty, the Queen. This is the first time in a long time she's shown any interest in politics. True politics. She normally lets the trading houses have their ways, but recently, Queen Taiki seems to be taking an interest. Some say she's been replaced, some say she's just starting to see that she's getting tired of letting the merchant guilds run her kingdom. Again, Queen Taiki normally allows the merchant guilds to run her kingdom for her, so long as they abide by her preferences and requests, and keep healthy tithes rolling in to support the quality of her life. After all, she is the queen. On the surface of Baraki, the Queen's Guard keeps the peace, while where the regular citizens can see, of course. In the shadows, well, the merchant houses settle their own scores. And so long as they don't disrupt the tranquility or productivity of her nation, she's happy to let them do it. Or at least she was. The House of Shadows has recently come into play, and they seem to be button heads with every house. However, they're too useful right now to destroy, because after all, how are you going to get a bunch of people who hate each other to sit in a room together? The House of Shadows offers hostages, to so to speak. Whenever there's a meeting between the heads of the houses, a hostage is given to everybody. And should one house betray the meeting, the hostages are then killed, and the person who caused the hostages to be killed, well, they're the ones who are going to suffer the consequences. It's a funny little game, babe. I've enjoyed watching from my seat. As for me, I am not affiliated. I am what's known in the business as a middleman. I connect people with what they want. House Hemlock might approach you to do some work for them. They tend to lack poisons and other such things. House Kawani definitely houses and works with privateers the most. And I frankly think that you would be very interested in working with them. Though I suppose you could also work with House Lagun, who are expert animal handlers. Even use griffins and pegasi for their troops. The smaller houses, mostly of House Umber, the Dark House, as it's called in Valledo. Oh, excuse me, Umbra. Excuse me. House Umbra. It's a second-tier house, but it's starting to work into the spy game and thief game, or so I've heard. And my little bats don't lie to me. Now then, I don't think that anyone would mess with you per se, but the Ves's Mercy, as it is known, has caused a lot of attention. People are wondering if you're going to be of value to them or not.
From what I've gathered, House Tea Leaf has some eyes on us already. We happen to bring a shipment that, well, we all know linen don't cost that much.
No, linen don't, but a kraken egg do.
I'm sorry. What?
Then again, could have also been the, well, not tea that you recovered.
Wonder whose eyes it looks red later.
But again, that's not important. What is important is that the rumors are true and that the Vess's Mercy returned 2 pieces of lost and high-value cargo. You've earned a reputation for yourself on the streets, and House Tea Leaf has first dibs as you return their property. But believe you me, should you choose to not work with House Tea Leaf, or should you choose to work with them, and so long as the work don't interfere with other plans, they'll likely reach out. Now you
So we got 2 houses at least. As I'll have the card flipping between my fingers now that has the address for that I was told that the assassin had given me.
Yeah, the House of Shadows. 'Cause that's what she called it. I have it in my notes. But he kind of smiles. You're looking for eyes on your ship or eyes on you?
Well, it'd be nice to know what eyes I have on me, but as you just said, my crew seems to be making a name for itself already. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get a long enough list of eyes that are going to be on me.
Oh, absolutely not. But you're wanting people to keep an eye on you that you can report back?
Yes, anything that might interfere with my crewmates or my ship. After all, coin is key.
Indeed. I've got 2 eyes that can keep watch for you. One on the ship, one on the gilded galleon. And of course, they can follow the group of you when you move in a group. If you want an individual eyeball for each individual, that'll cost you more. But I guarantee you their work.
And what kind of coin do you trade with? Are you a man of favors or a man of the silvers?
I, personally, trade in the most valuable commodities. So I'm a man who trades in all things. But for you in this particular task, it's so commonplace and easy, that coin would be the easiest way to deal with it. So, how much you looking to spend, and are you looking for how many eyes on how many people and places?
I'll place 2 platinum onto the table, and 1 for the ship, and 1 for each head of my crew.
I assume the ones who are not on the ship then?
Those on the ship can take care of themselves. I just need to know what might mess with them so I can take care of it as necessary. After all, I've already got my fingers with the House of Shadows, it seems.
Remember one thing about the House of Shadows. It's got secrets. And their secrets are theirs and theirs alone. I suggest you keep what you see to yourself.
Now, we never spill any ink around here. I know better.
I like it. And you notice that at some point your 2 platinum pieces have disappeared. You don't know when that happened. But he smiles as he he holds up his fingers and you can see him rolling the 2 platinum pieces across his knuckles. One going each way. And so they literally cross each other. And he smiles. So 5 eyeballs. 1 for each of the crew walking around and 1 for the ship. Fair enough. And this price, I don't imagine you'll be in town longer than a fortnight. This will
At
cover
least
it.
10 day.
Very good. This will cover that and more. You have paid in full, such as it is. Well then, Mr. Octopi, your deal is done, and we can say our farewells.
As I stand, I'll give a tip of my head. Thank you very much, Mr. Ink. And
He tips his
anytime a favor may be needed, feel free to call upon Skull.
If I have work or a favor, I will be sure to send you somebody who can relay that. Good day to you.
And I'll leave the room with that. I know better than to touch the drink that was made.
As you leave, McCoy just nods his head, looking at you, doesn't say anything more, just nods. And you're free to exit and head back to the inn, and that is where we shall call the game for today. Thank you everyone so very much for joining us today. I hope you've liked the session. I know I did, and getting to flesh out this city a little bit more has been a lot of fun for me. After all, I have so many fun NPCs I can pull out. But, of course, I could not do this alone. I do, of course, work with a fantastic cast of characters and players, so without further ado, allow me to introduce them and have them say their goodbyes. The lovely Laura, who is currently on mute, is playing Captain Yafta of the Vessi's Mercy.
Why in the hell am I on mute? Okay. Yeah.
I just
Sorry, I forgot to unmute myself.
You've got a key button somewhere where they're left.
Yeah, it's probably on a keybind somewhere. But, anything to say to the fans before we leave Nyafta?
No, I just wanted to say that it was fun to play today. Hey, I like the character of Auntie Anne a lot.
Well, thank you. Of course, we have Mr. Emil playing Scram.
Huzzah. I forgot that I nicknamed all the council members until I saw my bio again, and I went, oh yeah, I nicknamed them.
How you managed to get from fucking Memphis to Louisiana.
I don't know, man, I just got here.
And of course, we have my brother Masson, or Crowlot, as most of you know him, playing Skull.
Yeah,
remember, everyone, where coin is king,
we got a
information
list of
is queen.
7 people for them, for guys.
I think you're having some connection issues there, Vex. You've been coming in kind of robot-y for a minute. But last, and certainly not least, is Mr. Vex playing Valor.
That tracks.
And, of course, I am Dr. John Wolfenstein.
Connection issues? Yes.
Aha!
Oh,
Health issues? Yes.
Okay.
Issues? Yes. It's okay. We all have our issues. But anyway,
Yep.
I, of course, have been Dr. John Wolfenstein, your Master of the Seas. And until next time, please stay healthy, my friends.
Have a good one, patience.
Good night.